Hello guys, welcome back. Now in this session onwards, we are going to discuss about data exploration as well as the preparation of the variable for the predictive analytics. But our more focus would be the data exploration. So in that aspect, we will be starting with the step 1, that is variable identification. So variable identification is the first step while doing the data exploration. So basically we perform two type of tasks. The first task, we need to identify that types of variable, whether the variable belongs to predictor variable or whether it is a target variable. This is the first task. Second task is whether our variable is a numerical variable or a categorical variable, or you can say whether our variable is a continuous variable or it is a categorical variable. I hope you already aware about continuous variable and categorical variable as I have discussed in one of my session. If you haven't gone through that session, I would request you can visit that session and finish it, then you come back to this session. Anyway, now the next question is how we can identify that whether the variable belongs to the predictor variable or whether it is a target variable. So to answer your question, we can identify the predictor variable and target variable based upon the problem definition, and problem definition is given by the client. For example, if you are talking about the house price problem, then the requirement was, with the help of some variables, we need to identify the sales price for a house. So here the sales price is the target variable, and the variable which help us to identify the sales price, those variables are predictor variables. So let's understand through the code. So let's write the code for the same, then you will have better understanding. So let's jump into the another notebook, and over here we will write the code. So the first step, as usual, we need to import some of the library. So in that aspect, I am going to import our favorite library pandas as pd, another one is the numpy as np, another one is the matplotlib.pyplot and it is called as plt. Another one of the interesting library is the seaborn, that is another data visualization library, so we will call it seaborn as sns. Now we are done with the library import. Shift into, now the next step, we need to import the data set. So how we can do that? We will tell that df equal to pd dot read underscore csv, and here I am going to grab the link for my data set, and you will also grab the link and you will grab it from my GitHub location, GitHub repository for this particular code. So once you access this link, then you will find that learn data analysis from scratch repository, and over here we are having the data folder, and within that we are having the house price, and we need to access train.csv. You need to click on this and then it will take you inside, and over here you need to click on raw. Once you click on raw, then you will get the link. You should copy the link and go back to your Jupyter notebook, and over here you should paste the link, and now next you need to run it. But prior to that, you write df shift enter, then you will find that you will get the data set that is for housing price, and with the help of this CSV file you have created the data frame. Now let's discuss about how do we come to know that which variable is the predictor variable and which variable is the target variable. So as I already mentioned that this is the data set for house price, that is one of the Kaggle competition, and if you look into that, then it is mentioned over there you have to design the model which will helps client to identify the price of the houses which they are constructing. So guys, this is the Kaggle site and this is the competition which I am talking about. So this is about house price advanced regression technique. So over here it is already mentioned that predict the final price of each home, and here it has already mentioned that it has given 79 explanatory variable, and these 79 explanatory variable is nothing but the predictor variable. So here the problem statement itself telling that which one is the target variable and which one is your predictor variable. As it is a competition, so it has mentioned that, but in a real world scenario we have to decide upon according to the problem, because client will come to you with a problem and what thing he want to improve he will tell in a statement or in a requirement document. So considering that we have already gone through their requirement and we understand that, and we have decided upon what we want to achieve. For this case, we want to predict the final price of each home on the basis of 79 predictor variables. So this is about the problem as well as the data set. Now let's proceed further and let's write the code to get all the column names. So let's jump into the Jupyter notebook. So over here it has given all the information but in a truncated manner, but I want to get the column name. So how I can get it? So I will tell that df dot columns shift enter, then it will give us all the columns name in an array. If you want to convert it into list, you need to tell that columns dot to list, shift enter, then it will give you the information in a list. So here if you notice that it is telling that 81 columns. Why it is telling 81 columns? Because here it is also having the ID and the target variable is sales price. So remaining we are having 79 predictor variable. So on the basis of these predictor variable, we need to identify the sales price. So that is what the problem statement is saying. So over here, it is saying the same thing with 79 explanatory variables describing every aspect of residential home in Ames, Loa, and with the help of these 79 explanatory variable, we need to predict the final price. So now we come to know that for this particular problem, what is the predictor and what is the target variable. So this now we identify those. Now next we need to identify the data types of the variable. So how we can do that? So let's write the code for this. How we can identify which of the variable is numerical variable and which of the variable is the categorical variable. So for that, let's write the code. So let's do it. Let's jump into the Jupyter notebook. And over here we are going to write the code to identify the data type. So over here I'm going to tell that data underscore text, this is the variable, and I'm going to create a data frame so that we will hold these information. I will tell that pd dot data frame, and over here I will specify df dot d type, and then we will run it collectively. Now let's do shift enter, and you will find that we get the information about each of the variable information, which types it belongs to. Wherever you are finding int64, that means it belongs to the numerical category, and wherever you are seeing object, so that means it belongs to the categorical variable. So now with the help of this code, we are able to get the information about the data types of the variable. So now we are done with the step 1. That is, we have identified predictor variables, target variable, and we also come to know that what actually the data type of each variable. So guys, we got the information about that, which column belongs to the which data type, or say which variable belongs to the which data type. Now the next step, what I am going to do, I am going to bifurcate the categorical column separately and numerical column separately, so that we will come to know that how many numerical column we are having and how many categorical column we are having. So let's do it. So the thing which we needed first, we need to specify categorical column, and over here I need to select those column which is of categorical type. So how I would select that? So I need to specify data frame df which we have created, and here we need to specify a method that is called select underscore d types, and within that we need to specify a parameter, and here we need to tell that include. So I will specify I want to select all the object types, so I will specify over here object. Next step, I want to select the numerical column. With this line I am able to select only the categorical column. So let's run this so that you will come to know that it is selecting only the categorical column. So here I will tell that columns, shift enter, then you will find that it has returned us only the categorical column which is of type object. Now the next step, let's create the numerical column. So I'm going to copy this line and I will create it over here, and instead of categorical column, here I will tell that numerical column, and this time I'm going to specify the array over here, because we are having two type of information. One is the integer, another one is the float. So both are the numerical column. So we need to specify over here int64 is also considered as numerical value, and float is also considered as numerical value. Once it is being done, let's copy it, Control C, and over here we will specify that dot columns, and now let's run it. Let me print it so that it would be easy for us. Print, and over here we can also print this one, print, and now run it. Then you will find that we have bifurcated categorical column over here and numerical column over here. Now if you want to get the count of categorical column as well as the numerical column, how you will do that? So let's do it. I am going to create a variable total count categorical column equal to, and here I will use len, and I will specify categorical columns, copy this line, and over here I will also use the copy paste operation. So I will tell, and over here I will specify numerical underscore call dot column. So it will return me the count of those number of columns, and over here I will specify print categorical column, and here we will tell that categorical total count, and for numerical column I am going to specify over here numerical column. So this will give me the count of how many number of numerical column we are having. Shift enter and you will find that we are having categorical column 43 and numerical column we are having 38, and with the help of this code we are able to identify that which of the variable belongs to categorical column and which of the variable belongs to the numerical column. And over here we have completed the first step, that is variable identification, and this is what I wanted to demonstrate you in this session. In the next session we are going to look into univariate analysis. So on this note I am stopping over here. See you in the next session. Till then, bye bye, take care.